Hey YouTube friends, my name is Prince and I'm an urban acolyte. And in this video, I want to talk about this new Bruce Lee movie that a lot of people have been talking about, at least in my circles. I'm not going to say that I'm the biggest Bruce Lee fan or I'm a bigger Bruce Lee fan. I think I've seen pretty much every Bruce Lee movie, like not just the ones that he's in. If you stop at the Dragon, that's cool. Like I've got The Legend of Bruce Lee, which is, they shortened the Bruce Lee like soap operas that came out in mainland China. I've even seen My Brother Bruce and Me, which is the movie that Bruce Lee's brother Robert Lee wrote about Bruce growing up, starting to study Wing Chun, and how he eventually had to leave Hong Kong and come to America because he got into it with a bunch of gangsters over in Hong Kong. But anyway, that's enough talking. I'm gonna check out this trailer and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it.
Someone once told me, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I came to San Francisco in 1964 hoping to find myself. I knocked around for a while, learned about shrooms and acid and free love, but none of that was what I needed. Then one day I wandered into Chinatown and I discovered Kung Fu, and that's how I met Bruce Lee.
You're early for class.
I'm not here for class.
If you're in my doorway, then you're here for class.
1, 2, 1, 2. This is not karate, ladies. This is Kung Fu. It's not a game. It is not a religion. It's about who lives and who dies. The idea is to put the other guy away fast. You're not training for the Olympics. You're training for the street.
I don't think he's ever lost a fight.
I think he can kick the ass of anyone on the planet. What about a Shaolin Grandmaster?
That would be a hell of a fight.
Wong Jack Man. He's on a pilgrimage to check out Kung Fu in America.
You are Master Wong Jack Man, aren't you? From the Shaolin Temple?
Yes. What may I do for you, Mr. Maki? No, thank you.
I finally meet a living legend and I asked him to shine my shoes.
What do you mean you finally met a living legend? You see me every day.
I was talking about Wong Jack Man.
So, Shaolin sent Wong Jack Man to spy on you. Why else would he be here?
Tell me about Sifu Lee.
He has big plans for Kung Fu. He's making a movie and he wants to get into TV.
In Northern Shaolin, Kung Fu is about self-discipline and self-discovery.
You've been training with Wong. A man can't have two masters, Steve.
What does Sifu Lee teach you?
He teaches us to kick ass.
Kick ass.
Did you come to offer me enlightenment?
Your technique is impressive, but it has one limitation.
What?
You.
You want to show me what you mean?
I have come to accept your challenge.
Chinatown made me the heavy favorite. They like Wong in Hong Kong, but I'm the street. Never bet against the street. You tell Wong, no rules, no holds barred.
No limits, you guys kill each other.
Technique is a trap. Style is a prison. Kung Fu is meant to liberate.
I'm the future, you're the past, and you know it. Why don't you stand and fight?
Now you begin to exceed your limits.
What limits?
All right, so that was the Birth of the Dragon trailer. Basically, well, first off, this movie is not historically accurate, and it's a Bruce Lee movie, but it's not a Bruce Lee movie. All right, the main character is actually this guy, Steve. I don't think it's Steve McQueen, even though Steve McQueen, or actually it could be Steve McQueen. I'm really not sure on that one, but for now, we'll just say Steve because we know his name is Steve. So this guy, Steve, becomes the student of Bruce Lee and the student of Wong Jack Man. Now, Wong Jack Man was not actually a Shaolin grandmaster. I think he was a student of a northern Shaolin school, right? And if you've seen Dragon or you know anything about the famous fight, like the famous street fight between Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man, that's really what this movie is about. It tells the story of this very cocky, very arrogant Bruce Lee, and then this Wong Jack Man character, who for some reason, it sounds like he had to leave China because he was disgraced and possibly kicked out of the Shaolin temple, right? And he comes to America. He's trying to start a new life, find a new identity. Bruce Lee is running afoul of the Chinese community. Now, all this stuff you've probably seen in other Bruce Lee movies. Bruce Lee was the only person who would teach Western students, and Bruce Lee was facing racism. Well, the part about him facing racism was true in the film industry, but as far as him like being the first person to take on Western students, that's actually not true. There were other Chinese teachers who accepted Westerners into their schools. The problem with Bruce Lee was he was walking into these traditional schools and he would just outright challenge the masters. That is something that in martial arts circles we know is really disrespectful. When I talk about this with some people, they call me a Bruce Lee hater. They're like, oh dude, you're not a Bruce Lee fan, blah, blah, blah. Bruce Lee's the greatest. This isn't a hit piece or a hit video on things that aren't true about Bruce Lee. That's not something I'd really do on my channel. But when the movie comes out, if you guys ask, maybe if I do a review video on it, I might talk about like some of the stories that I know that I've heard about Bruce Lee that maybe the larger population doesn't know. And I don't want to deflate people's opinions of Bruce Lee. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt that I bought with my own money in Hong Kong over on Kowloon side. You've seen all my books, all the money that I spent on Bruce Lee. Like, he inspired me to go and study martial arts, and it was a big part of my personal development. So I feel like this fight, it changed Bruce Lee. It changed Wong Jack Man. It made him think about things differently. Wong Jack Man, I don't know if he's still alive, but the last time that I like really looked into him was probably, I know it was when I was in the military. So like around 2005, between 05 and 07. And I know that he began to embrace more internal martial arts. He pursued more meditation, pursued more enlightenment, and was focusing more on teaching people to become healthy, right? To use martial arts to strengthen their health, to live a better quality life. And it's really funny because I feel like had Bruce Lee not died after filming Enter the Dragon, he in his 70s or 80s now, he would be on that same path. And it was all a result of this fight. Like, this fight changed everything. And that's why it's Birth of a Dragon, because the way we think of the dragon now, that fight is what birthed the dragon. Prior to then, Bruce Lee was just this cocky kid. He's faster than everyone. He's strong. He hits hard. And in his mind, he's the best, right? And this changed everything for him, right? It set him on a new path, right? So with all that being said, I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think about the trailer? Do you think you want to see this movie? Or, I mean, like, are you guys big Bruce Lee fans? I know this is primarily, up until now, a Star Wars channel. I'm pushing it towards more being like, Emergency Awesome or, Andre, Black Nerd Comedies channel. Now it's just Andre or Black Nerd. So I want to cover things that I feel like are geek culture for me, right? So if you guys aren't that interested, or if you are, for those of you who do think this movie looks kind of cool, then, share this video, help get the word out, for this, new Bruce Lee, project. And hopefully we can see more of these kind of films. Cause I mean, frankly, the fights look freaking cool. Phillip Ng, who is playing Bruce Lee, actually is a Wing Chun student. His father runs, I think, a Wing Chun school in Chicago, and Phillip works in Hong Kong as a stuntman. So we've got like a legit martial artist playing Bruce Lee, even if he doesn't really look the part. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an Urban Acolyte. I've got a few Star Wars like commentary videos that I'm working on. One with Rey, one with about Supreme Leader Snoke, and another one I'm kind of drafting in my head about the Night Sisters, and how Night Sister magic, or I'll say the history of Night Sister magic. I was surprised that it's not actually like a dark side practice. They don't even view the Force in terms of light side and dark side. So I'm really hoping to get that video written and recorded for you guys to see soon. Also, I'm working on kind of my top 5 things I'd like to see in Supergirl season 2. So check back for that. Check back for all the new content that I'm going to be pushing out in October. That's not just Star Wars, even though I've got a lot of Star Wars stuff between Rebels, Rogue One, and the Ahsoka Tano novel coming out in mid-October. So that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the Force be with you always.